welcome back to my channel. This video is going to be a continuation of the one I just filmed on exercise when you're skinny fat. So it's going to give you some tips to help you get more out of your workouts and therefore help you achieve that goal body a lot faster. So the first tip that I have is to make sure you are following a program, and not just following a program but tracking your workouts, tracking what weights you're using for each exercise, tracking how many reps you're actually doing, and how many sets, and just everything. Even how you feel after the workout. You want to be tracking as much as possible, and then every week you can make sure you're progressing on last week's workout, whether that be by adding weight or adding reps or decreasing rest period or improving your form. You got to be making some kind of progress every week to actually push your body enough to change, right? So like your body is going to change when it has enough stimulus to force it to adapt. And if you're just doing the same thing every week and it's getting easy and comfortable, it's not going to give your body that stimulus that it needs to change, and then you're not going to get results. So definitely following a program, making sure you're tracking and making sure you're trying to be better than last week's workout. Number 2 is to make sure you're not cheating your reps. And what I mean by that is when you start adding weight, it can be very easy to then lose your form or reduce your range of motion. So you shouldn't be adding weight unless you are ready to. If you can't add weight and you still want to try and make progress, back to point 1, in terms of progressive overload, so trying to make progress on last week's workout, if you don't have to do it on every single exercise, like if you can just make some progress on one exercise for that workout, that's amazing. So back to number 2, making sure you're not cheating your reps. You need to be getting that full range of motion. If you can't put more weight on and still keep that range of motion that you were getting with a lighter weight, then you need to stay on the lighter weight until you're ready to. And so yeah, definitely I see so many people squatting and they're not getting as deep as they actually can, and just you're cheating yourself if you're not going as that full range of motion that you're actually capable of going. So hope that made sense. Tip number 3 is to make sure you're taking your rest days. So when you are in the gym, that is not when your body is actually building the muscle, that is when you're breaking down the muscle. So when you are resting and on your rest days, that is when your body is building back the muscles. So you need to, or not building back, that's not quite correct, but building the muscles. So you need to be making sure you take rest days, enjoy them, and make sure you're sleeping enough as well. Tip number 4 is to make sure you're focusing on the muscles that you're working when you're doing the actual exercise. So it's about that mind-muscle connection. It is a thing. And so when you're training, just say you're doing a bicep curl, you want to actually be thinking about contracting your bicep as you're like bringing the dumbbell up or barbell, whatever weight you're using. And related to this is tip number 5, which is to ask yourself where you're feeling the movement after you've actually completed it. Because if you are feeling it in, just say, your lower back or in muscles that, you know, if you're doing a squat and you're feeling it in your lower back, you're probably doing something wrong. Same with a deadlift, same with a lot of exercises. If you're feeling it in your lower back, you probably need to check your form. So definitely ask yourself where you're feeling the movement and make sure you're thinking about the muscles being worked when you're doing that exercise. So those are my 5 tips to help you get more out of your training when you're skinny fat, but it also applies if you just want to build muscle, and it applies for fat loss as well. Really, it applies for anyone that's going to the gym doing a workout. I think that's it for this video. I start my cut tomorrow. I am super excited. And yeah, I will make sure I keep you updated with how that goes as well. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.